Good morning and welcome in. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. And on this lovely Monday morning, bright, shiny, but very crisp and frosty out there, it is lovely to welcome you in to do a little bit of crafting with me this morning. So before we get too much further, let's just do a little bit of introductions. If you've not joined us before, this is me. As I say, my name is Helen Jennings, and my business is Love-a-Duckie. So that's where you'll find all things related to me. And here's my website, www.loveaduckie.co.uk. And over there, you'll find lots of inspiration through blog posts, as well as links to classes and downloads and retired stocks and links to my shop, all sorts of things over there on my website. And wherever you're looking for me on social media, you always need to look out for Love-a-Duckie. So whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, check out Love-a-Duckie, and hopefully that is where you will find me. So do come and join me, like me, subscribe to me, all of those things wherever you are finding me. It's lovely to have you as part of the family, and to enjoy some creativity and some inspiration together. So yeah, lovely to welcome you wherever you find me. A few other little things coming up. It's good to remind you that we're still in celebration up until the 28th of February. So whether you place an order with me to shop with me of £45 or more, then you'll earn free goodies. And I'll show you a few more free goodies you can earn in a minute. So there's the celebration brochure, you can earn some goodies from there, or there is a separate little flyer with some other things that you can earn that I will share with you in just a second. The other way that you can earn free goodies is by hosting an event of some sort that's going to generate sales of £275 or more here in the UK. So anything that you do to generate those sorts of sales, you can earn yourself more freebies on top of the stamping rewards that you always get if you host events like that. And if you decide to join the family, really good time to join the family. You have three choices on this picture here. We have this beautiful baby boho blue little baby mini stamping and emboss machine. You can get that for £125. You can get the little machine plus £170 worth of products for your choice if you join during celebration. The second choice is to have a baby machine but have it in the original white, and still get £175 of goodies, still just for £125. Or you can choose not to have a machine, to spend £99 and still get £170 worth of goodies. Lots of reasons to join the family. So yeah, so whether you shop, whether you host, whether you join during celebration, you can earn some freebies by just bringing this other little flyer. And this is showing you some of the other things that you can currently earn as freebies during the celebration period. So you've got some ribbon in there, you've got a couple of kits, you've got some punches, there's an a couple of embossing folders, there's some masks, there's some beautiful 12 by 12 papers, or for a £90 order, there is actually a little bundle in there, stamp and die bundle. So lots of wonderful things that you can be earning. So the original ones from the brochure, plus these more to celebrate items that come from some of the current catalogues. So all of these can be earned for free when you place an order during this celebration period. And the other thing that you might be interested in is some of the classes that are coming up. The Make One, Take One project class, that's running tomorrow with the Happy Forest Friends, or the Wisteria Wonder. And we've got a Stamper Stack, that's next week with the Lighting the Way bundle. And that's looking forward to that. Got lots of lovely people coming to join us on that, but we could still squeeze in one or two more if you would like to come. There's a technique class at the end of the month looking at different ways using background stamps. And then if we add this one, this is some ones going forward. We've got March's Saturday Stampers, which is going to be doing some springtime celebrations, some nice springtime themed cards. We've got next month's Stamper Stack there with the Fancy Flora Sweet bundle, and no, actually sweet. And we have also our technique class for March is going to be cards that move, so different ways of making our cards move. So there's some classes coming up, there's some celebration that's coming up. You'll find details of all those things over on my website, so do go and check that out, www.loveaduckie.co.uk. So let's have a little look at what we're going to be playing with today. Well, I've got actually a suite here from the annual catalogue, and it's one I've not really played with. I've only not long received it, so it's one that I've only just really got in my craft room, so I've not yet had a play with it. But you can see you've got this stamp set here with these lovely woodland creatures. You've got a fox and a bear and an owl there, trees and wood stumps. Some really nice. There's a nice hello baby in there because it make a lovely baby cards, and it is actually a distinctive stamp, and it is a million sales achiever. One of the demonstrators, this little gold badge just here tells us that one of the million sales achievers has helped to design it. We've also got a ribbon bundle, so we've got 2 lots of ribbon here in the Sahara sand or the old olive. Always lovely to have some old olive ribbon. Some lovely 12 by 12 papers. We'll have a look at those in a minute. And here's just some of the projects that the design team have created with these little bears and little owls. Lovely papers. And there's a little fox peeking in as well. So a really sweet little set, and we're going to have a bit of a play with it this morning. Let's just move that to one side. So here you can see the stamp sets. So you've got this big bear just here. You've got this little fox. Here's a little fox. That's not a fox, that's an owl. Here's a little fox. We've got an owl. We've got the wood stump. We've got this sort of bit of ground just here. A few little sentiments. Happier than happy for you. Happier than happy for you. Hello, baby. Welcome. Thanks. Little tree. We've got things like little mushrooms and toadstools in here. Little acorns. Little butterfly. So yeah, just a really sweet little set. Dies that go with it. So we've got dies that are going to cut out those stamped images, but you've got additional leaves in there and acorns. And this tree just here. There's the one to cut out your little wood stump, and a nice little label, a little tag just there as well. So great little set of dies. The ribbon. See, I've opened up the old olive, not yet the Sahara sand. It's like a cotton twill ribbon, so it is nice, substantial, would make quite be nice additions to your mail cards as well as for these. Just some nice natural colours for anything that's using trees and leaves and those sorts of things. So here's our paper. So we've got one that is just full of toadstools and mushrooms. Got this pretty patterned paper on the back. It's really rather lovely. Sort of almost hearts. And then you've got these sort of almost little scenes on here. You've got this panel down here that's got the bear in the woods. You've got various trees and little birds on stumps. You've got a bit of a mountain range going on at the top here. And so sort of little elements that you could pick out for your different projects in that paper. And then the reverse of that is this yellow sort of zigzaggy effect. Here we have a whole load of trees. Make a good scrapbook page if you've had a woodland walk or something. And nice leaf print on the back there. Lots of leaves and acorns on here. And this green swirly circular sort of pattern. More leaves and tree stumps, tree rings. And this is quite a nice sort of grey with this cross pattern on it. Rather nice. And then we have all our little friends here, the bear and the owl and the fox and another little bird in there, along with flowers and greenery. And here we have a Sahara sand background. So nice papers. Cute little stamp set. The colours that they are highlighting just here, we've got some Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, So Saffron, Old Olive, Sahara Sand and Smoky Slate. So this, it's not all pastel colours necessarily, but certainly a nice colour palette for if you are doing things with baby cards, and that's the sort of thing that you want to create. So let me grab a basic white card base. So I've got a thick, a little stash that I've got pre-cut and scored. So half a piece of cardstock scored in half, folded in half. So we've just got a piece of basic white just there. I'm going to take this patterned paper just here. I do rather like this. And let me have a bit of a dig about in my dies. I would like lots of dies that I have yet to, I need to put away properly. I've had classes and things going on and not yet get the stylish shapes I want. Stylish shapes are never far from my desk. They get used so much. I'm going to cut a piece of this paper just here. I'm going to die cut a circle from it, but I'm just going to cut roughly round it, so not having to fiddle with a whole piece of paper going through my machine. Just pop that to one side for a minute. I'm going to bring in my mini machine and let's find my plates. Now I'm going to use my #1 plate and 2 of the acrylic plates, 2 #2 plates. If you do find that you're struggling a little bit getting your #1 plate through, can try swapping it out for your grey #3 and see if that works instead. Certainly has worked for some people, have found that has worked better. Let me swap those plates around. Let me put the more cut up one on the bottom. So these are the mini machines that you can get as part of the celebration offering if you wanted to join. There we have a die cut circle. Battering you. That won't do. Out the way for a moment. I'm going to bring in my stamps. You can see that I've not even touched my stamps yet. So this is our first play. So we will just layer them up onto our sticky. Peel off the backing on that sticky, peel off the backing on our stamp. line those two up and peel that off. It will also have a little fox. Oh, didn't quite grab my backing there. Let's take the backing off of here. And let's line those up. And I think we'll have an owl for good measure. We'll lay him up. And a log, a tree stump. Let's have him too. Now we might come in with some other bits in a minute, we'll see. But for now, let's concentrate on those bits. So one little bear. Fox. Put them on a bit of an angle. A tree stump and an owl. Now I think I'm going to go Cajun craze with our fox. The owl, might go soft suede with the owl and crumb cake with the bear. And possibly early espresso, perhaps stamp it off for the log. Right, let's have a little look at what these are going to look like. As I say, I've not stamped these up yet, so I'm just going to ink up the bear to start with. Let's stamp him onto our grid paper just here, just to see what he looks like. Isn't he adorable? So you've got this sort of shading automatically down this side, just here, as it is a distinctive stamp. Bring in some white card to stamp these on, because then I should die cut them. Let's ink him up again. Stamp him on there. Beautiful. What a cute little bear. Then I'm going to come in with our Cajun craze. Ink up Mr. Fox. I'll stamp him on there. Beautiful. And you get this sort of tonal elements with it. It's not a sort of solid look. Let's have a little look at this. For the I'm going to stamp him onto my paper first to just decide whether that's right. Yep, I think that will work. And then we've got our tree stump. And let's have a look on our grid paper. I'm going to go in solid because I want it to be different colour from the rest of the bits. To bring in some old olive, and I'm going to bring in this leaf image. Let's just swap out the tree trunk for a leaf for a moment. Might need a bit more basic white. Might go 3 little leaf pieces. And perhaps a mushroomy piece for good measure. And we'll perhaps do that in the Sahara sand. Slightly overstamped that, but that's okay because we're going to cut it out anyway. Right, so let me just put lids on stamp pads so that we don't put our arms and what have you in there. And then let's find our dies to die cut these images. So we have our bear and our owl, and there is a detailed tree stump there that would sort of cut out the tree stump with all the little zigzags and embossed sort of pieces in it, but we want actually the piece that's going to cut out our die, our stamped image. Let's have our fox. Let's have a mushroom. We've got a couple of dies for that, which is good. And then we've got our little piece for our leaves just here, which is going to go that way. Excellent stuff. Let's bring back in our little machine. Our plates. Right. Is that going to go in that way? Yes, it is. Let's line them up. I need to stand up to look over the top just to make sure I've got that somewhere near the right place. Bring in, I've got some bits of low-tack tape here just to hold him in place as he goes through. And I think we'll have to do our owl on the next run through just because can't quite squeeze that in there and hold it in place. But as we've got extra leaves, we're going to need to do a few run-throughs anyway. Let's put our log just there. Let's run those ones through. These little machines are perfect for just sitting on your desk. There's a bear. And, oh, sorry if that's going a bit fuzzy where the camera is trying to pick up everything at once. Let's pop our little fox just here. Line him up. And let's on the bottom here pop our 2 little mushrooms, toadstools, whatever they are. Let's run that through. Apologies if that is looking a bit fuzzy. I think my internet is being a little bit funky this morning. Let's pop out our fox. And then we've just got these 2 little leaves to do. One. And got a little hole in the end of the die just here. I don't think you can quite pick that up, which enables you to spot the stalk or stem on those leaves, so that you know that you've lined that section up. Let's take this sentiment that says happier than happy for you. What a lovely sentiment. It's not too mushy, but it just is like, I'm absolutely delighted for whatever reason. It could be for all sorts of reasons. You've got a new job, you've got a new house, you're in a new relationship, got a new baby. Finally managed to master riding your bike. Whatever it is, I'm happier than happy for you. And I think might come in early espresso with that actually. Stab that on there. Right. Where's my little tree stump gone? There it is. Have our little owl sitting on our tree stump. I'll add some leaves and some now looking quite cute. I want, I think in the background there, we need just to break up this card slightly. I'm just going to cut, I'm still going to stick with basic white, but I'm just going to cut a basic white deckled rectangle. I'll run that through on the big machine behind me. And I'm going to take a blending brush and the, where have you gone? Sahara Sand ink, I think. And here, let's bring this in the centre here. I'm going to add a bit of Sahara Sand ink in the middle of here. It's not going to be very dark. Morning, Lisa. But it will just break up a sort of too stark whiteness, hopefully. And I want some of our Sahara Sand ribbon as well. Just break my way in. Right, let's have a little look. From here, a bit of circle. Just going to trim those ends on there. We'll do a bit of a swirl of ribbon across the centre there. Just going to take some tear and tape to hold it down. We'll have our circle to come across the top there. I'm not going to have it quite in the centre, it's going slightly right of centre. And then let's build up our little creatures on top. Decide where we want them. Can't pick anything up this morning. Have our little owl sitting on our branch just here. Fox come down there somewhere, I think. I'm going to have one little bit of this greenery coming out here from behind the log. And I'm going to stick the log down directly onto my card front. Bring it across a little bit so it's coming off this side of the circle. I'm going to stick my owl down with glue. I'm umming and ahhing whether to go in with a dimensional, but I think I'm going to bring him in with glue. Let's bring in some of our other greenery bits. One coming up here. Have this other bit coming up here. Dig about and find some mini dimensionals. Then we'll have a little mushroom this side. Yeah, I think I might have another little mushroom tucked in there. Growing out the back. Pop our bear on. Incoming side. And perhaps we'll put a couple of dimensionals on the back of our fox as well. Like that. And in this sentiment, I'll take my big scissors and my snips actually. Let's cut around there. Happier. Is that just gone? On the floor. Happier. Let's try that once more with feeling. I think we might need that as 2 words. Happier than happy for you. Cute. Right, I'm going to pop this card base, this card mat here on here before I stick those in place, I think. No, I'm going to stick it down rather than dimensional it, because we've already got some dimensionals on the top, and we do have to take into account popping it in the post if we want to. But just having that deckled edge rectangle just breaks up all of that white in the background. I think we'll have some mini dimensionals on the back of these. Happier. Than happier than happy. And for you, I think we'll have down this bottom piece just here. Get it back off here. And we'll have that down there. Now, and I'll just quick flick through go with brushed metallic dots. Let's have these come out. Not those ones, but these ones. Little 3 just here, I think. But there we go, a happier than happy for you card using those little, the bear and the fox and the owl, tree trunk, mushrooms, greenery, all those stamped and die cut images. So really rather cute. Bit of the ribbon. A bit of everything, some paper in the background, a bit of everything from the suite going on in that one. That's rather cute. And I've now inked up quite a lot of those stamps. We've gone from not having used any to having used quite a few, which is all good. Let me just move some of these things out of the way. I am busy thinking about what I can do better with my embellishments. I need to just store them better. So, something I'm currently pondering on. Right, let's take this out of the way. To take a piece of, I think I'm going to go old olive. A bit more than one piece of old olive, but we'll start with one piece. And I'm a trimmer. I'm going to cut it to start with 17.4 centimeters. And then just swing it around. Get it at 10.5. So I've got two pieces there that are 10.5 by 17.4 centimeters. And I will score those both. I can either score them at 2.5 and 14.9, or I can score them both ends at 2.5. What I need is a 2.5 channel either end. Let's go with 14.9 for this one. But I could have swung it round and done it 2.5 the other side. So I've got 2.5, 2.5, and then I've got a piece in the middle here that should measure 12.4. So let's do the same with this one. 2.5. We're going to make a little diorama card. I wanted it so that once it was shut, it would I'll get a little bit out of here. Once it shuts, once it's all folded flat, it would go into a standard size envelope. I'm going to cut this piece here to 14.8, and I'm going to swing it round and make this 10.5. Then I'm going to score this one either end at 1.2 centimeters. I am actually going to do that this side because it is easier. You've got your little measurements this side of your channel and your measurements this side of your channel. If it is just a smallish measurement like this 1.2, there is benefit in taking it across and measuring it on that side, and the benefit is that the bulk of the rest of your cardstock is then still rested up against that top ridge and it's keeping it firm and solid. Whereas if I come this side to 1.2, the bulk of my cardstock here, I'll bring this down, the bulk of my cardstock isn't resting against anywhere, and it's a bit easier to wobble it. I'm going to bring this in to this side 1.2, and with this one I am going to swing it round and do 1.2 on the other end. Alternatively, I could have scored it at 13.6. So this is just going to have these small tabs. So what I have got here is a back piece. So my bone folder's gone missing. There we are. Back piece that is going to be a front piece like this, and a piece that will eventually, it's going to sort of sit in the middle and become a middle piece like this. Before we get round to sticking that all in place, I want to do some die cutting because we're going to need a gap in the middle there to peep through. Right, so I am going to have this bigger piece, this bigger circle cut from the front here. Now this is going to be too wide to go through the mini machine, so this will need to go through the bigger machine. And let's just line that up so it's in the centre. A bit of tape on there. And I'll just run that through my machine. Anyway, a nice die cut circle there, but I don't actually need it at the moment. I'll put that to one side. And then we've got this centre panel just here. And I'm going to want to cut a slightly smaller circle out there. And I want to line it up. So what I'm going to do is hold these pieces round so that I know that that's in the right place. Up there. And I'm going to take this circle, layer it in there. When I'm happy it's about in the right place, I'll tape it down. I can then take that one away and run this one through my machine. Let's take that out. So when this all comes together now, there's going to be sort of like a bit of a frame in that piece just there. I think this back piece, let's have a look at some of these papers. Let's find that. Let's find this sheet here that had like these sort of different pieces on. I'm going to want a piece that's across here. A piece that's 10 centimetre strip across the top there. And about 11.9. Let's have a look. Yep, I think I'm going to take that piece just there. And then in the background here, I'm going to have some trees, a few little mountains peeping in the top corner there. So let's stick that on the inside of our card to start with. Our background, our backdrop to our diorama. To take this and add some glue to there and stick that so that it rests up against this fold just here. Let's take this bit and glue that bit. And have that. If I press that down like this, should rest there like that. Bring it down this way and press that bit as well. And we're making sure that that's got a good glue piece on. Then we've got our piece to come on the top just here. But I think first we'll have, let's have something to come in here. Oh, I'm thinking perhaps our little fox. Could be peeking out along there. Let's come in with some Cajun phrase. And our little fox. And I think I'm also going to take the owl. I'll stick to the same colour. I'll go back to soft suede for the owl. And we'll have him here. We'll have him peeping through as well. Let me just grab the dies for those. Fox, owl, fox. Oh, obviously got inky fingers. Owl, I can see the owl's feet peeking through the holes on the bottom. Just wind that through. To have the fox just here. And have the little owl just peeping out just here. Like this. And then we've got this front piece just here. Going to cut a piece of this DSB here that is I'm not. I'm going to go with this piece here with all these leaves and things on. And I want it to be 10 centimetres deep by 11.9 wide. Just line that up in there. What I should have done really is cut this at the same time that I cut the other piece, but I didn't. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but I'm going to re-line up those stitch lines, hopefully, on there, and we feel it click into place. Yes, and then run that through together. They can circle out of that paper as well. We can stick that on the front. So what would have been a better idea was stick it on the front in the first place and then cut them together, but never mind. All done. And then let's bring in this piece. Let's add some bow down here. Line these side panels up. Give that a good press. Do the same with the other side. Line them up. Give them a good press. Now we just need front. I think we'll have a bear on the front. Let's find ourselves a bit of white cardstock to stamp him on. Come in with some plum cake. And we'll die cut him. He's rather lovely, isn't he? I think Just going to have a little bit of this ribbon coming around the side here. Take some Stamping Seal Plus and put some of that on the end here. Come on here. Bring that across. Measure it to come in down there, and let's put some stamping seal on the other end of this. Bring that across there. And down this other side. Let's trim off these ends so they're nice and neat. We're going to bring in our bear and now have to think about where these need to go, because we don't want dimensionals overlapping the hole. So I'm just going to put them down that side. Some of this ribbon under here, under you go. And tie that just there. Let's trim that end and this end. Let's cut ourselves a little tag. And I'm going to take the welcome, I think. Or should we go hello baby? Let's go hello baby. Hello baby. And I think we'll go Old Olive for that. Slightly overstamped that, but we'll find something to cover that up in a minute. Put a bit of a dimensional on there. A bit of crumb cake twine, I think, for a little bow. have a good up to attach that. Glass butterflies. I have one flying on our slightly over stamped piece just there. I think I'll have a little one just in the background there. And we'll have another little big one flying just above our bear's head. So there we have all our little creatures on a little diorama card. So let me just move some of the gubbins out of the way. So we have two quite different looking cards. One sort of fairly clean and simple-ish looking, bit of ink blending in the background just to add a bit of colour. But the happier than happier for you, with all of the little friends coming in to wave and say congratulations for whatever. And then we've got this little hello baby one just here that will fold down flat to go in a standard size envelope to pop in the post. But when it's sort of popped up, got these this scenic image with those background papers in the background there. Yeah, cute little diorama card. So I hope you have enjoyed them. It is a really sweet little sweet, isn't it? It wasn't first on my list, so it's not very long been in my craft room. So this was my first play with it, but it is really rather sweet, rather gorgeous, and just perfect for new babies and sort of smaller children's birthdays. Would make a fabulous frame, and that's something that I might look at doing, is a little frame with it. That would be lovely for a nursery, but great for big grown-up people as well. You know, we all like a few little cute woodland creatures, so it is really lovely. So I hope you have enjoyed that, and I will be back later in the week. So do have a fabulous week, and I will see you all very, very soon. And if there's anything I can help with you, don't hesitate to get in touch.